I don't like doing this stuff, so put up with it. I might be reading a lot. I want to thank everybody. We're here to celebrate this great season that we have. I'm standing here for AJ. He said he is taking a little rest, a little break, probably a couple weeks, maybe a little longer, to get ahead of the health problem. He's not really talking about what's going on, but he assures us that everything is fine and the rest is what he needs. So don't worry about him. There's a card over there on the trophy table in case anybody would like to sign it. So even more than just celebrating our season, which has been very fine, I want to thank each one of you for making SRC what it really is. So we come together for rowing, but really we're bringing a lot more than that with us. We've got strength, affection for each other, respect, cohesiveness, love of rowing for sure, but each one of us is essential. Each one of us is important as we grow together. Now, at our center, we are a competitive rowing club. So we do want to do well when it comes to the races. We work hard, our coxswains work hard to train us, and we want to celebrate our achievements, both in terms of our growth as athletes, but also in terms of the awards we get. So you'll see over there an award table. I think all of those are masters, because the master team did really well this season.
Yay! You're masters.
So, I don't know if you noticed, on the table over there, there's a little summary of the standings for this season. It shows for each of our teams and for each of the races how we placed. And at the end, the spring championships, men came in second. Women and Knicks are fourth. And Masters was first. And then I have to mention the Golden Gate Bridge Cup race, where we can only have as many entries as we have votes, because everybody goes at the same time. So this year we entered our men. They came in first in their division, but first overall. And I was there at the inline, and it was significantly first.
Domination. Yay! Let's hear here.
So you guys give me a big thrill, because I got to be there at the end line looking over at the Bay Bridge, and I saw you just sweep in. It was so good. So there are some more people that I want to thank, just to give everybody a feel for the activities that go on behind the scenes to make the rowing and the trophies possible. So there's the SRC board. That's AJ, June, me, Maria, and Eric Simonson. And then I also want to thank Jim for opening up his house again to us.
Yes, thank you, Jim.
And then the fabulous pizza party. We've got the chefs and people who provided supplies and did all the work and fed us so well. So Marty, Mark, Todd, Jim, Lorraine, Linda, Deborah, and then Allison for that fine banner.
Yeah. Came up with it.
That's a nice banner.
Yay, pizza maker.
And Karen helped too today.
Karen,
I put Karen to work.
Karen was in the kitchen.
Pizzaiolos.
And Phil, where's Phil? Phil's there. Phil, don't forget Phil.
I only know what I know, and I don't know everything. So, when you hear that I got something out, please bring it up.
And Gail and Terry.
Okay, and then, so we have a new events committee, and that's come up very recently. That's going to sort of oversee these kind of events, make sure everybody is represented, and that we're doing it right. So thanks to Lorraine for getting that going. Now our fundraising committee, I'm going to list a bunch of names, and I have to tell you, I had no idea there were so many people involved. So I'm really, a treasurer, I'm really thanking the fundraisers here. So this is the list that Maria gave me. It's Davina, Deborah, Jim, Maria, Karen. This is
Karen Marriott.
Karen Marriott, Todd, Darren, Allison, Joe, Terry, Mark, Steve, Marty. The recent projects were the 2023 Sprint the Pier shirts. That brought in sales of the current year and the previous year. That's about $650.
Ooh, nice.
Really good for
Yeah.
both of those. We just had our yard sale up here by Glen Cove, 500.
Nice.
And then the open cap shirts committee. That's significant work. And then I want to thank our excellent graphic design team. That's what I'm calling you, Allison and Nell. So calendar pages, open cup race packet, open cup shirts, mugs, and shot glasses. Wawa Fall Season Masters Trophy in progress. The Pier race packet in 2023 and 2024 upcoming, and all the Sprint the Pier swag. Trophies. So, now we're getting more trophies. So we have to have people that put the new, like our little winning plates on them to get it to the trophy shop. So that's me and Karen Pressler.
Yay. That's okay. Thank you.
Recruitment coordinator, Karen Pressler.
Karen.
Yay.
Always
Amazing
recruiting.
job, yeah. So amazing.
You go to the store and she's talking, they like her shirt, she's talking to people.
Always be closing.
So maintenance, so boat maintenance. We have ongoing issues. And the most serious ones are handled by our expert, Leslie.
Yay,
For
Leslie.
example, the emergency repair of German oar sockets, lengthening the leg room in Joey for the stroke seats. So, there are always things going on behind the scenes, like when we found out that we could not use Joey's trailer for the San Francisco races. So Eric Simonson and AJ stepped in and they allowed us to use Jaron Lynn, which they've had configured perfectly for Jaron Lynn, and it's not the same fit for Joe. So that was very generous of them. Then there's some other things related with rowing. Crazy scheduling, Allison.
Yeah.
You did such an amazing
That's
job.
crazy, the schedule.
Yay.
Towing, Eric T for Joey, and Eric and AJ and S for Sharon Lynn. Race day documents, Eric T.
Yay. Awesome. Very nice.
Race day fee collection, it's various people, but I have been doing it recently.
But looking for someone to step up.
Yes. Yes. Is willing to pull in, PayPal, Venmo, make payments to the race organizers. It would be so heavenly, because right now I have to keep track of memberships and race fees. So, it's good math. my head. Okay, then our dear coxswains. We are so fortunate to have such a solid group of talented and committed coxswains.
Yay,
They
Coxswain.
put the teams together, juggle vacancies at the races, training and evaluating rowers to see if they're ready for racing. They have to watch over safety, drive the boat, watch over the weather, watch over team morale, which is a big deal. And then they give us so much of their time for all the practices. So right now I want to welcome our newest coxswain, Corey.
Yay.
The really bridges, and in San Francisco. So that's quite an accomplishment to get both of those at the same time. And then we have AJ, Eric T, Allison, and Karen.
Yay.
Award-winning. Anything without our coxswains. So, do any of the coxswains want to say anything?
Coxswains here are
Speech,
award-winning,
speech,
by the way.
And you don't have to, but I'm opening it up in case anybody wants to.
Oh, I think Eric really wants to.
I think Allison does.
I got notes.
I had some stuff, but it was mainly for the women's team.
That's okay.
I just wanted to thank all of the women's team, all 2 of you that are here, 3, 4, for working hard at practice, double rowing at practices, filling the boats,
Yes.
and signing in as backup for other boats.
Yes.
So super important, not just for women, everybody.
Yeah.
But these women work really hard. Our collective efforts put into these practices are starting to show, and they contribute to the team's performance on race day. I was just going to quickly say the spring team rankings for the women. Iron Ores was first, Samira was second, West Coast and Samira tied for second. So SRC came after that.
Right.
And so we beat Quito and the West Coast Southeast. I think our best race for the women's team, my favorite was the Oakland Cup. Oakland Cup, I don't know if you guys remember. We were neck and neck with the second place boat, which was West Coast, all the way to the finish. And we had them. Oh my gosh, we had them. In my mind, we had them. You guys, and if you guys had Coxswain's point of view, all the women in the boat were pulling those oars hard. Heads were in the boat, total focus. It was just amazing. You guys gave it all. You guys are beasts. That was Mel's first race. Unfortunately, Mel's not here to celebrate that, but she did great. Alcatraz was my other favorite race. We handled the open water really well, so that's tough to do. And we placed third in that race. We caught up to Samara was second place. We caught up to Samara, but we just kind of closed the gap. We didn't pass them or anything, but we did well. I went on here. Our most challenging race was Coast Guard. You know, that's a long race. It's like 18 to 20 minutes. We just need to build stamina and endurance, so that plays a huge role. And that was Megan's first race, so we're getting Megan in the boat now.
Yeah.
I used to think she was like great at practice and she had good power and form. I'm like, why doesn't she race? But we got to get her in the boat now, and she's going to be racing more often, I hope. All the women, they sign up at most of the practices. That's what I was saying here earlier. I think the consistency award goes to Linda and Lorraine.
Yeah.
They're always at every practice, and they're always in the same seats, but that's okay.
They've mixed it up.
We started mixing them up. I think Lorraine's doing good in other seats, so let's see what happens this season. Thank you to the rest of the other strokes who stroked this season. Davina stroked for 1 race. Maria stroked in 4 races this season, 4 out of 5. Karen P stroked in 2, and Karen M stroked in 3. So they're very consistent, and this keeps the boat moving. Very good. Also, it's great that almost every rower in the women's boat can step up as a stroke. I think only 2 women can't, but they're new. So every woman can step up as stroke. So this coming up season, I also want to carry on the cross training, not only in the stroke seat, but also port starboard where possible, where injuries don't prohibit that, and possibly a new coxswain.
I'll try.
Not naming names. Speaking of coxswains, I want to thank Tori. Thank you, Tori, for stepping up and taking the women out a couple times where I couldn't take them. So, yeah, Tori's. Yeah, we're happy that you're here. You're always confident and during practices when handling the boat and the crew, and you're always willing to help. So awesome. Thank you, Tori. Oh, right. You take the men out.
She gets second.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right, she did, the race for the men.
Yeah.
For the win, Tori.
Yes.
There were a couple of races. There were a couple of races where the women were short. We were like running short on rowers throughout the season, and it was a big problem. And I really appreciate Deborah. She was on the injured reserve list, and she just stepped in and jumped in the boat for us. So thank you, Deborah. We really appreciate you. And though not on the women's team, last spring I want to say a big thanks to AJ. He's our fearless leader. Allison for staying on top of group practice signups. Karen P is our trainer extraordinaire. Claudia, our ball route president. Our race fees contact. Our scheduler backup. Oh, what else did I miss? Trainer. And the other SRC committees who keep us organized and keep us running. Sorry if I missed your name or anything. That's the danger in naming names.
Exactly.
So I didn't do it on purpose. And I just ended with this. This may be a group of ladies, but when it comes down to racing, they're beasts in the boat. So it's my honor to coach this women's team. Let's go, SRC!
Is any other custom rule?
Now I have to, but I can't follow up that. Do you want to say anything? Okay, well I don't have quite the, I don't have all the stats and the numbers, but as a coach, I have to say the men are just awesome. The attitude in the boat, the heart that they give me, the competitive spirit, the willing to just, really dig down deep and pull through. I just so appreciate that. You make me look good. You make my job easy. Wish I had been there at the bridge to win, but I'll give them a chance. And you guys, I think that was a great experience for you because I think you really felt that camaraderie, that energy in the boat when you were all one. And I have to say, the attitude of in the boat from not just the men's team, but I see it in the women's team too, and the mixed team. That positive, what do we call it? The PMA that I got from Lorraine, positive mental attitude. That just showing up and I'm having fun and I'm working hard and I'm going to try to improve, and I appreciate that so much. That energy and commitment really feeds back to.
Was it PMA?
PMA.
I thought it was an S.
That may be in the. I don't think that's in the men's.
There we go.
No. Positive mental attitude.
There you go.
My gosh, even when they're grueling.
We call it positive men's attitude.
They've got grins on their faces. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate your support. If there's anything that I can do to help you, I'm always trying to figure out ways to help you, to train you, to fix body mechanics, do whatever. I don't always have the answer. I keep trying to come up with different ways to explain it, so maybe one of them will click. But if you need anything, please ask, and I'll be there for you because you're there for me, and thank you for your support too. And let's keep at it. Go SRC.
So this was my very first season as content for real. And I just want to say that all of those of you who have actually helped me and all.
Yeah, it just all of a sudden started. I was like,
Entrance. I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, you guys are awesome for making sure that the boat does not actually have that impact. Because I might not look like I'm sweating buckets, but under that hard exterior, I am sweating buckets until you can actually fend us off. So, and I want to thank Pat for her encouragement during the entire Coxon training process.
Oh.
Yeah. I asked her guidance and support a lot during the certification process. So yeah, I also make special thanks to Pat Special thank to Eric and AJ who showed me so many tricks and tips on how to safely navigate the water and keep everybody safe. And I want to say, lastly, I'm very sorry if I cannot correct you in real time in the boat because sometimes I have to keep an eye out on the horizon for any danger that's cropping up. So next season I'll do better. So thank you all. Thank you.
All right.
And I just want to say, but I'm not really a public speaker kind of person. I'm pretty quiet, but I wanted to thank everyone for their support, everyone that went out and rode, and those of us that maybe did all of the Masters races, and some of us did just one. Thank you for your flexibility and working everybody in that was interested in going on the team. And congratulations for all of your hard work. Nice job, everybody.
The award winner.
First place.
Does anybody else want to say anything?
Somebody.
No. Okay. That's it. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. And